Hello everyone, you are watching episode 21 of Space News. Now I'm gonna say this real quickly. I was wanting to make this episode on July 12th because that was the day when the new images of James Webb would be sent to the public. But I was pretty busy with stuff going on back at home, and I needed to figure out when I could put it out on YouTube, but I just couldn't. So here we are right now. Plus, one of the topics, which is also in the title if you didn't see it, is also appropriate for today. You'll see why when we get into it. One more thing, stay tuned for the Washington, D.C. trip video that will be coming in like the next few days or so. Anyway, with all that aside, let's blast off. Oh hey, what do you know? July actually has the biggest and brightest moon of the year. The full moon for this month is actually a supermoon. According to the calculations of Fred Espenak, this is apparently the third supermoon in a row for this year. The first two were on May 16th and June 14th. Now we have this one today. This is going to be the largest supermoon of 2022. And essentially what that means is that it's at a closer distance to Earth this year. The full moon's distance is going to be at 357,264 kilometers from Earth. Apparently, this supermoon is supposed to be 7% bigger and 16% brighter than the average full moon that there usually is. According to the Old Farmer's Almanac, apparently, the Native American name for this moon is the buck moon. Young male deer bucks would essentially sprout into new antlers at this time of year. There's also another name for this moon as well. It is also called a thunder moon due to the thundery storms that would sometimes take place in summer. Hell, I literally just went through one today. But of course, like every other full moon that there usually is every year, it does have some alternative names from alternative cultures. In Chinese cultures, this is called the Hungry Ghost Moon. Celtics call it the Moon of Claiming. Wiccan call it the Mean Moon. Again. Cherokee call it the Ripe Corn Moon. And the Southern Hemisphere, like usual, has a few names like the Wolf Moon, Old Moon, and Ice Moon. You may think that it's kind of weird for a moon in the summer to be called the Ice Moon, but the reason why it's called that is that when it's summer in the northern hemisphere, it's winter in the southern. If you happen to miss this full moon as well, the next full moon will be on August 12th. Okay, now it's time to talk about the topic that you probably were thinking about when you clicked on this video. The new full-colored images of James Webb. So let's go ahead and real quickly just speed talk through these images. One of the first targets was the Southern Ring Nebula. Something interesting about this one is that when Hubble first took a look at this nebula, it was actually able to only really see one star in the center of the nebula. But since James Webb is able to get more detail in their images, it actually was able to get a second star in the image as well. The Southern Ring Nebula is one of those nebulas that is the star's outer layers spreading into space. Not like a supernova, but where when a star needs to last longer, it sheds its outer layers out into space, and what remains left is a white dwarf that will burn for about a few million more years until it's gone. Next are the cosmic cliffs of the Carina Nebula. Everything in this image are stars on the clouds of the Carina Nebula, where stars would start to bring themselves to birth each other. It is really beautiful when you think about it. Then we have Stephan's Quintet, which is one of my favorite galaxy groups that I have seen. James Webb's images of Stephan's Quintet show 5 galaxies paired up together that would be constantly moving back and forth, colliding with each other. Also, James Webb also used one of its instruments, NIRIS, on an exoplanet WASP 96b. Finally, probably what my favorite image is the very first Webb deep field. In this image, like the Hubble deep field, Every dot in the image is a galaxy, hosting many billions or even trillions of stars, which each could hold planets orbiting around them. These could even be light years apart. What's interesting about here, too, is that these galaxies could have also been formed at the literal dawn of the universe, and the light that we would see from these galaxies are now just finally reaching us. They have traveled for 13.5 billion years, and they are just about that old, finally reaching the mirrors of the James Webb Space Telescope. I always like to say beautiful stuff about these images, but I mean, it's just me. They are truly beautiful. Look them up yourself. You can see my point. They are beautiful. But either way, that's just about it for Space News Episode 21. I genuinely hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel, and press the notification bell so you get notified when I make new videos, especially ones like this. Yeah, that's it on my part. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, keep on stargazing.